Hi, this is Matthew Slater and he is 20 years old. He was born with a physical disability that is diagnosed as cerebral palsy. Matt's wanted to move out of home for quite a while, much to his mother's concern. But I bet when you were 20, you were starting to get a bit annoyed with your parents too, right? But you just move out. Independent living for Matt means getting away from having to be under the roof of someone else, being seen more as an individual. He is like anyone else his age. Matt likes computers and music and TV. He enjoys making computer games and animations and has tried his hand at writing lyrics. He communicates with people through email. Of recent times, he started visiting friends in his community on his own in his wheelchair. This year, he started a TAFE course at Wodonga in multimedia and a course here in Wangaratta on digital film. Moving out requires the assistance of carers. This takes a lot of time, organisation and funding. While researching, he came across some historical facts regarding the housing for people with a disability. A person with any kind of disability or who looked different were put away into an asylum, probably until they died. Not very appealing accommodation, one might say. A place where the sides of your cot, if you're one of the lucky ones who have a cot, are the walls that keep you in prison. These photos are from an institution called Kalina in Siberia. It was built in the 1950s and houses around 650 inmates with a large population of children with severe disabilities. The building is collapsing and there's never enough food or water. There are only 7 nurses and 1 doctor and inadequate medicines. Kalina has 1 ambulance that is shared with another hospital. It's hard to imagine that this place exists in today's world and not 200 years ago. We are lucky that Australia has come a long way, and Matt is very appreciative of all the help that's available, but we still have a way to go. It has proven very difficult to find any accommodation for someone in his position. You would think that in today's world, where ridiculous amounts of money are spent on war, a 20-year-old could find a place to live. Both Matt and his family are on a mission to change that. In the next 3 to 5 minutes, you'll witness one family's quadruple Mount Everest-sized quest to get their son into the big, wide world of independent living. Who knows, maybe one day Matt will conquer the world. He and his family want to help people in the same situation. Oh, where to start? Let's meet Matt's sister, Abby, who is 17. When she finally decides to leave home, all she'll have to do is go to the real estate agent or look in the paper, you know, like a regular person. That simple. That's all we need to know about Abby for this particular exercise. Now, as compared with Matt's sister, he is going to try and at least fathom what it takes and how long it takes for a person in his situation to do exactly the same thing. Oh no, for Matt, getting his own place, it isn't as easy as spending 5 minutes at the local agent and some quick phone calls. It's easy for Abby to move in with friends at any time. For Matt, it involves as many people that are listed in the credits at the end of a movie. In fact, here's a breakdown in photo form of how his mum is after day on the blower to the various agencies. And here's Matt with a pile of paperwork to be filled in. While we're talking about Matt's mum, here's what she had to say about the whole ordeal.
Hi, I'm Kathy. Yes, helping Matt into independent living has proven to be quite a big job. I can certainly understand his desire to move on. He's a smart boy and he's tired of being mothered. He just wants to progress to the next stage of his growth, just as every other young adult does. But added to this is my concern as a parent, the realisation that we can't maintain his care indefinitely as we get older. And of course there's the possibility of our untimely death, and where would that leave Matt? Obviously being able to set Matthew up now in a place of his own, with all the supports in place, and being able to enjoy his own autonomy and independence, setting his own direction, with the security of his housing, it'd be a great comfort to us. However, it's not that easy. Despite support services and programs, Matthew's moving out requires considerable funding, and funding that simply can't be found with the lack of some basic infrastructure. Due to a limit of 35 hours a week care funding per person allocated, we'd like to see groups of separate purpose-built units being provided for people with physical disability, in which the residents can have some equity for added security, and by pooling the available care hours, be able to have one on-site carer on call 24 hours a day. This quest has required many hours on the internet and many on the phone to state, federal, private agencies, getting costings, identifying supports, etc. It's a long haul, but we're determined. We'll get there.